Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and here I'm sharing a tip on how to change the settings of your iOS mail program to be able to identify when you're about to send an email to a domain outside of your organization. Many breaches today happen because we're going to send something to somebody we think is maybe in a different department within our organization, and instead we start typing their name, it auto fills in, and we end up sending it to, John down the street when we thought we were sending it internally. So with a simple little change, we can do something that'll give us a visual clue to the fact that we're sending this outside of our current domain. So let's look at how this looks on our current iOS system. Here I've got my mail program up, and if I just go to send a regular email, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to create a new message, and I'll start typing in an address. All right, so I've got my first address in here, james@jardinesoftware.com, but I'm also going to send it out to james@developsec as well. Okay, so there's no visual difference between these two email addresses right now. One being internal, which would be, in this case, the jardinesoftware.com address, and then one being an external address, developsec.com. Now, whatever your organization you're in, just modify that first domain to be whatever your domain is. So I can't see really anything visually indicating that, oh, I've sent this to the wrong person. So let's take a look at how we can back out of this real quick. So I'm going to cancel this one, and I'm going to switch my program over to settings. So I already have settings loaded up. And within settings, what we want to do is we want to click the mail item. And then over here on the right-hand side, there's going to be a spot down here called composing. And under composing, there's this item that says mark addresses. So if I enable mark addresses, I click on it so it's no longer off, and now I can put in the addresses that I want to allow. So these ones are not going to be highlighted. So for us, we are at jardinesoftware.com. So if it's jardinesoftware.com, don't do anything special with it. Every other address, I want to mark that so I can see that. So now we've got that all set to mark. Let's switch back over to our mail program. And if we compose our message again, I'll go ahead and do the same addresses I just did. All right, so the jardinesoftware.com loads up just as we expected. No special highlighting. But notice this time, when we finish out developsec.com, it's now in red. So it's highlighted that address to let me know that I'm now getting ready to send my email outside of my current domain. So making that small little change gives us that visual cue to let us know that we're about to send something outside the domain, which may be okay if we're purposely doing that, but this may help catch us if we're getting ready to send something and don't realize that we accidentally put the wrong name. And now this could stop us from sending that email out, hopefully preventing a potential leak of potentially sensitive information.